Hey, ladies, it's Joy Jackson with Speaking of Joy. I am so tickled first. You don't understand the behind the scenes that has just happened for me and this sister right here to get on this call. I want to introduce you to Regina Alexander, one of my dear sister friends. We met some years ago through community work. And when I tell you this is a solid sister, I love her dearly. She just made this whole process be normal just a second. And she said, she's like, I'm so glad that you're normal. Cause listen, it's been a whole, y'all see, I don't even have my green screen working right today, but we didn't want to miss the opportunity to just show you the human side of who we are and just how this works. So I want to welcome Regina Alexander as one of my, I'm calling all of you my dream team. So, as my
Oh,
dream team, one of the speakers
mm.
for the Renewal Retreat. Hello, Regina.
Hello, Joy Jackson.
I'm so grateful. I've every woman that I've talked to on this platform in this manner, I've said I am so grateful for you saying yes, just
Mhm.
because I had a vision and I
And
shared
we're
it,
here.
and we're here.
Yes,
So I
yes,
and I thank you for your friendship, your love, your prayers, your support. I believe this is the opportunity to say that publicly, so
absolutely.
that you know my heart. You are my friend, my girl. Okay, so all that being said,
Oh,
I'll
thank
let you
you.
tell people more about yourself. But I always start with this question: Who
Okay.
is Regina?
Regina. Regina is a lover of God, first and foremost. I love God, I love people, and I seek to do His will every day, wherever He plants
Yeah,
my feet.
yeah.
Simply stated. And so I'm a Christ follower. I'm a princess of the Most High, but I'm also a bride of my most lovely husband, Christopher Alexander, of almost 25 years.
Ooh, chat.
This year, I have four precious children, Kayla, Kristen, Kennedy, and CJ. I have the opportunity to work nonprofit in various capacities, and I have my own small business. And so I love to couple that with obviously physical fitness, and that's my my therapy in many ways. And we'll talk more about
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
I am simply stated, I'm a lover of God, lover of people, and a sister in the fold.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
So when we talk about being a lover of God, and what does
Mhm.
that mean? What does that mean to you to say? Because the women who will watch this, we're all Christian women. We're all gonna, but how do you explain and share that
Mhm.
with the world?
In the most simplistic ways, I feel like we tend to overcomplicate God's word. His word simply says, "If you love me, you'll keep my commandments." What are His words? What does His word say? Fruits of the Spirit. Walk that out. To love the Lord God with all your heart, mind, spirit, and soul, and your neighbor
Yeah.
as yourself. And so, when I say that I'm a Christ follower, and what does that mean? That means walking in obedience wherever He plants my feet.
I love
It's
it.
ministry.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity. Yep.
I love it. And so when we talk about the renewal retreat and what we're doing now, I've been when I started this, I was like, okay, Lord, renewal, renewal, renewal. But I felt
Mm-hmm.
like for me, that's what I needed, right? To be
Mm-hmm.
recharged,
Absolutely.
renewed, and I mean,
Yes.
really daily. Let's be clear, right? We
Yes.
need
Oh,
new mercy
moment,
daily.
moment by
Yeah,
moment.
I like that even better. Yeah, yeah, we can. So when we when I started planning this retreat, that's what kept coming to me. So what does
Yes.
renewal mean for you? Like what is renewal?
Renewal means realigning, re-envisioning, repurposing, refocusing.
Mhm.
And it's so funny. We say morning by morning, new mercies we see. But you know how the morning start off might look different than how the afternoon be. So I'm like, Lord, renew me moment by moment
Yeah.
because there might be four different seasons in one day.
Oh,
And
yes, Lord
so,
Jesus.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so I feel like renewal for me starts with renewing my mind
Mhm.
always because we know that this is a battlefield. We know
Yeah.
that the enemy comes to kill and steal and destroy, and it starts mostly in our mind,
Yeah.
especially for women.
Yeah.
And so it starts with a spiritual renewal that way, moment by moment. Lord, let me see you, seek you, get strength from you,
Mhm.
from the spiritual aspect, and then that leads into the physical aspect.
Mhm. Mhm. Speaking of physical, Y'all listen, you wouldn't know it with her sitting here right now, and I ain't gonna ask her to show you all her muscles. But this woman is and I don't want to use the word beast because that's not the right word, but is a fitness. I can't even explain how amazing her fitness lifestyle is. Like she lives out your body being a temple. Like let me tell you, we would go
Mm.
places and we would go eat, and me and our dear friend Beverly, who passed away, we would be just me and Beverly be, margarita, chips and salsa. Regina would have a little chip, a little salsa, but she gonna have a salad. Now we got enchiladas and queso slattered all over the table.
No judgment. Listen.
And that's what she would say, no judgment. But it's like, girl, we feel. I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'm gonna leave half of it here." And then I break it up in the box. I'm like, I'm not gonna take it with me though, but no, but Regina is the example of living a healthy lifestyle, not just physically healthy, but
Mm.
mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, spiritually healthy.
Absolutely.
So talk about your fitness health journey. And kind of like where you are. Tell them all the stuff. Listen,
Yeah.
she sent me a text with all the accolades. I'm gonna tell her put all her chains on because she got medals. Like these rappers got chains, she got medals too. But talk about yeah, like how and what was the light bulb and how you got to this space.
I will. So I've always been an athlete. Always enjoyed working out. Ran track for many, many years. When I was many, many moons ago. But I think that a pivotal moment was for or season for me was when I was about 35 years old. Again, I'm married. I'm wifing. I'm mothering. I'm ministering. I'm working. And at about 35, I needed something for me. I needed to set some goals and accomplish some goals outside of anybody else that I was
Mm-hmm,
responsible
hmm
for.
hmm
And so, what I found in that when I got on a specific fitness journey was not only was it rewarding physically because it allows us to
Yeah.
take care of our temple, and it was a goal that was accomplished that I loved, but I recognized the spiritual journey that God took me on in every activity that I signed up for. I've done like MS 150 to be able to bike to Austin to train for that. What does that journey look like? We want to get to a destination in life, but we have to really evaluate the journey to get there. And a lot of people see the glory, but they don't really know the story
Yeah.
behind it. And so I would say at 35 is really when I got to the point, and I'm 44 now, that I challenged myself at another level. And so that's when I got into biking and fitness competitions and running primarily. And then not only that, it's been such a tangible example before my kids, my first ministry, my littlest disciples
Mm-hmm.
are my kids. And so we are the best or worst example before
Oh,
them every day.
yeah.
They can read every book, they can go to
Yeah.
every
That's
class,
true.
they can
That's
go
true.
to therapy, they can do all these things. But I wanted to model to them how to have grit, how to do the hard things, and how to take care of this one temple that God has given us. And
Mm.
so, but I think my pivot was at about 35 when I signed up for my first half marathon, and I was like, okay.
So you
I
just
felt,
jumped into a half marathon.
well, let me tell you about that story. So let me tell you, what I found is if you ask me, usually I'll say yes,
Yeah.
but my girlfriend's partner canceled on her. Long story short, canceled on her with running this half marathon, and so we're very close. And she says to me, "Hey, G, you want to run a half marathon with me?" I said, "Baby, friends don't ask friends to run 13.1 miles." What?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was a sprinter. So I
Mhm.
ran 12, 27 seconds,
Yeah.
not 2 hours.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But
Yeah.
thank God for that invitation. And sometimes we need other people in the fold to encourage us, to
Mhm.
challenge
Yeah.
us, to hold us accountable, right? And so that's been my journey ever since.
Hey. Oh.
And then just spurring other women on to be the best version that God has created them to be.
Yeah. Listen, if y'all ever follow Regina, you will see her at F45, and it's a tribe of them, and they are there, rain,
I
sleep,
just left.
snow, morning, noon, night. They are there. Like
Look, my shirt says. I'm just here to close my rings.
Listen, I need to get an iPhone because I don't know how Samsung has rings. I got to figure it out. I got a team Android, so I got to
Yeah,
figure out how we have
it's all good.
rings. I got to
It's
figure out
all
how we have
good.
rings because I'm in that space too now. Like more and more, I'm like, okay, God, you can't encourage women in areas of their life, and you're not taking care of all the areas of your life. So that's been my challenge to myself. But what do you tell a woman who is like me? You there, but you just haven't taken that step. Like because what one of the things I had a conversation with someone the other day, and we were talking about fitness, and I said the challenge is we talk about getting fit, but we don't challenge about the obstacles that have caused us to be in this place, right? Not just from a I put on weight because I eat what I want, but just the psychological piece of it, the spiritual
Mhm.
piece of it. We don't address that part. We're always like, I need to work out. Well, I need to lose weight, but we're never thinking about, well, what is it saying
What
that
is the
I'm not?
root?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
so what do
that's
you
true.
do, and how do you address? I mean, the root, like what was that for you? Like, okay, for real, like Gina, like what is that?
Um, Change is not change until it's change. And it's not, it's not,
Wait,
change is not.
wait.
Seriously,
Oh,
change
listen,
is not.
y'all don't understand. Gina got some, so I mean, you got some sayings, but change is not.
Listen,
I like that. Change is
it's
not
not
change. Wow,
until it's
that's a good
changed.
change. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. When you sick and tired of being sick and tired, you change,
there
right?
you go. I like that. Okay, change is
And
not.
so honestly, I can spur you on, encourage you, but
Mhm.
you have to choose
Yeah,
to make that decision for yourself.
yeah,
I will, and so I think you have to get to the root of the why.
yeah,
Is it procrastination? Is it laziness? Is it I just feel like I have too my goal is too big and
hmm,
it feels overwhelming. I say, hey, how do you chew an elephant one bite at a
yeah,
time?
yeah,
Dare not to compare. We size ourselves up to other. I
yeah,
size myself up to other
yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah.
No, Joy, you be the best version of what God has called you to do. And I was listening to a book, Atomic Habits, which is a great read. And you might have the discipline and the consistency, but if you don't put a system in place, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to put a system in place,
Yeah,
it is very hard for you to get to your end goal. And
yeah,
so what system works for you? And that's my struggle too.
yeah.
I might be disciplined. I might have consistency in working out. But if I have a goal that says, Gina, the system that works for you is that you need to be at the gym every day at 5 a.m. Not when somebody else can go, not when somebody else can do, not when the hubby or the kids can. What is a system in place for you?
Yeah, yeah.
Because all of our lives look different. You have to figure out the best system for you.
I love it.
And so, yeah, and my walk is not your
Yeah,
walk.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah,
Yeah, because your walk is walking, mine is stagnant. But listen, so on that Saturday, I one of the things I've done is I've told all the ladies, like kind of what God has given me for them. But I am one thing you will see is I'm allowing each woman to be her glorious self. So I am not saying
absolutely.
here's what you need to talk, here's what you need to say, here's so what can the women expect from you on that Saturday?
I would love to walk women through 4 components of what it means to get into a rhythm for themselves physically, and then coupled with the renewal spiritually. Because sometimes we can get out of balance. We
Mhm.
can have the spiritual side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
We can spiritualize ourselves all
Yeah,
day,
yeah, yeah,
but never do the grit, the physical part. Or we can swing that pendulum all the way to the other side, and
yeah.
focus so much on the physical and never really include God in the spiritual. So making sure that we marry those two things, make sure that I remind the women to renew their mind, body, spirit, and soul every day, and then give individuals those 4 components of what it means to really challenge yourself physically. and
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 wait,
then
yeah, go ahead.
so when you think about, it's not over complicated. You
Mhm.
have nutrition, you need to hydrate, you need to exercise, and you need to rest. And
Love it.
so those four components are critical for you to be able to reach the goal that you need to get to.
Okay, don't give any more because
Okay.
they need to. I mean, you're gonna be there. They're gonna be there because this is for the women who are coming. But yes, okay. So how can women get in contact with you? Like, tell them what you do. Where can they find you? All of the beautiful things about you.
I'm on social media, Regina Alexander. I have no problem with giving out my contact information, Regina Alexander, 80 at yahoo.com. And I can go from there with get sending out my personal phone number. But yeah, I'm easy to get in contact with. I'm a
Yes.
text away at any point in time.
She is, trust me.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing about our relationship is God puts us in each other's spirit at the right time. And it's like, hey, sis,
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking about you. And it's
Yeah.
funny, we live probably 20, maybe 20 minutes from each other. And we spend more time in text and okay, or hey, like yesterday, she was like, okay, sis, I'm in the carpool line. I got a couple questions. Tell me what to do. So this is, but that's the beauty
That's
of
that's the beauty
relationship
of
and
it.
friendship. And
Yeah.
so um,
Absolutely.
I thank God for you. I am excited that you will be a part of the renewal retreat and all the things
And
that God,
too.
yeah, that God is doing. And
And then you know what, Joy? You need to be around women who, when we get off this call, we filled up. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah. Well, listen, I'm gonna go walk and I'm gonna go walk. I'm like, Lord, listen, may as well start today, Joy. Get you. Listen, I got water everywhere. I knocked all
saying?
the
No
water
time
bottles
like
over.
today.
So I'm like,
No
listen,
time like
got a
today.
little
Yeah.
sunshine, a little breeze. Okay, I'm going for a walk after this. Thank you.
Okay. And I'm going to hold you accountable
I'm gonna
because you
text
have
you. I'm gonna text you.
spoken.
I'm gonna text you. And plus, I need to get out of this house anyway. And I probably just, yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna go for
I
a walk.
love it.
I'm gonna
I
let y'all
love
know
it.
how it goes. Like, y'all gonna see some pictures or something.
I
You gonna
love
know
it.
that I went for a walk today.
We
With my
spur
little
each
lipstick
other
on.
on.
Yeah,
Yep. And we spur each other on
yeah.
and we hold each other accountable spiritually and physically.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
All righty, Howard. I love you, ladies.
I
We
love
will
you
see
too.
you at the Renewal Retreat May 3rd. As I've said, it is not too late for you to invite a friend, a sister friend. I even say the best way to encourage them is to say, hey, listen, if you have the ability, go ahead and pay the deposit and then say, hey, friend, I've already paid the deposit for you. So I want you to be there. So we look forward to seeing you at the Renewal Retreat on May 3rd. All right, we'll talk soon.
All right.